Hey, this is Devin with week 12, journal 12, and it's going to be in several different parts because I got a lot talked about because this week was sports day, so I got photos for that, and there was also a few events that happened this Saturday, so I'll be making a few more journals. Alright, so right into sports day. So pretty much it starts early in the morning, and this is pretty much the field that we play on. There's the field. There's green team, Megumi, Egumi, Hagumi, Igumi, and Agumi. There's also a yellow team, but I wasn't able to get a picture of them. And those are the leaders right there. Each team has a leader, so you can see the different colors right there. And they were pretty much saying, yeah, we're gonna win. And they also made some kind of joke with middle names, since Japanese people don't have middle names, but I didn't really find it that funny. And here's all the students. That's every class right there. So first game is the get ready for school race. They get the sleeping bags and they're in their pajamas, and so they get out of the sleeping bags, they change into that right there, which is a skirt and vest thing. Then they jump 10 skips of rope. Then they drink whatever the hell's in there. It's cups, you can't really see it because the brightness, sorry, my bad, but you know, it's 3 cups. You drink whatever's in there, then you eat that, you know, with your hands behind your back. And that's pretty much the race. I wasn't able to get all of the photos of it because I had to go get ready for tug of war, which I don't have photos of because, you know, I was in tug of war. And the next game, as you've been staring at, is this basketball game. Basket and ball game. So pretty much what happens is you got, of course, a basket and a ball. And you got 2 sides, red back there and white up here. The teams run, you know, rah, and then they just freaking throw a ton of them into the basket. And then when they're done, they count them. Whoever has the most wins. Simple as that. Next is the life race. As any other race, it starts out, you know, this run. And then they start crawling. They crawl through this, like, bracket type thing. And that pretty much symbolizes the baby. And then they go into childhood and toddlerhood by racing. And green was kicking ass. So I was pretty excited about that. I was cheering, you know, my head off. And then they get on stilts, which is, you know, them growing up. And I don't know what this is supposed to represent, but they had to do a sack race, so I was kind of laughing at that, because they were just hopping along, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is supposed to represent, but they don't know either, so. And then for some reason they crawl under a net. They don't know what that means either. And then they race for a little bit, they run around the corner, and then you see these guys right here? Those are the teachers. Those are some guy teachers. What they do, they wait right there. And then what the students do, they come and rush, and they pick up a name. Whoever's in that name, they tie themselves to. So the students are tying themselves to the guy teachers, and then they race together like that, in a 3-legged race. That's supposedly marriage. And then they got these boxes waiting for them. They pick up one of those boxes, and they run towards the finish line. There they go. See? And then what happens is the husband, that's the male teacher, he builds the box. The girl gets in the box, and then they win. That's essentially it. That's her coffin right there. So this next game is, I don't even know. Well, I know, but I don't get, yeah, it's a weird game. It's like a bunch of little tug-of-wars, only they're pulling on those poles right there. So the 2 teams, rah, they rush at each other, and then they just go at it like a bunch of pit bulls fighting over a stick. So after that game was Bojo Boshi. So those of you that don't know, Bojo Boshi, I've already told you about it actually, so I won't go through it again. I got injured, actually. My wrist got like a bit of a, my wrist got sprained, and I had gashes along my arms because someone's glove came off, and when they tried grabbing me, their nails, you know, dragged across my skin. It wasn't as bad as some girls, though, because I was like in the center, so I was surrounded pretty much by a bunch of people, but it still hurt like hell because pretty much everyone's job is to get me off of the pole. So that's pretty much how that works. And let's see, sad to say that we lost, so I was a little, like, you know, upset about that because we all worked really hard, and in the end, you know, I got all these injuries and we lost, so I'm like, damn. But so other than that, after that, it was what's it called? Gakuba. Alright, so those of you that don't know, this is Gakuba. It looks kind of like cheerleading, right? It kind of is. Like I said, it's like cheerleading and marching band combined, because they don't do any flips. So the first is J2. J1 doesn't participate because they're first year, so they won't really have a routine planned out. So there's J2, there's J3, you can see them, you know, making little patterns. And here's S1. These pink bastards are our rivals, like S2's rivals, because how it goes is you're the same color every year. Each year has a, like, each new starting has a color. So S2 was red and S1 was pink. But they used to be, you know, J2 and J3 now. So every year they've, like, repeatedly lost against the pink bastards, as I called them. So it was, you know, we were so determined to just whip their ass, and I wanted to do it because I love beating rivalries. So here we go. We got the pink people, and I didn't get many photos of them because S2 was getting ready. We were red and white. And here's S3, and they actually won first place, so I was glad. That pink lost and they won, but we came in third, so we lost to them, but they lost to them. So yeah. And then we started playing more games. So one more game is this thing right here. It's like a giant block of wood with several rope loops on it, and pretty much it's a bunch of kids and they gotta, like, step together. After that, it was just a regular relay race. And then beyond that was a type of, like, it's like playing chicken outside of water. And I don't have all the photos of it because I ran out of photos for the photo limit. You can only put 50 photos, and I just showed you about 50 photos. But essentially, these, alright, 3 girls will make a, like, a horse type thing, and then they'll sit on it. And then, as you can imagine, what happens from there. They, you know, they have a big circle, and they stand, they, you know, approach each other, and then they lock hands, and then they start fighting each other. But it's not so much knocking them off that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take off the hat that's on their head. Like, you can see it right there, that yellow thing on that chick's head. That is, you know, what you're supposed to take off. And that is pretty much the essence of the game. It was kind of funny because when my team went up, the green team, we were going against blue, and it was starting to rain, like, really heavily, and they were doing the whole combat music, and it was like dun 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 dun. I have the whatever, not I have the tiger, but Rocky. Yeah, they started playing Rocky. So it was raining, and they were like playing Rocky, and you know the last competitors for this one were the team leaders. So they would take off their robes, they would spin them around their head and look all badass, you know, they got their game faces on, then they just go at it, you know. And it's actually really violent. I mean, they're out to kill. I mean, Japanese people, they're out to kill in these games. So it's it kind of cracked me up to see, you know, such, you know, proper students just, you know, go out to kill. Not kill, but, you know, whatever. So other than that, that was just sports day though. So, and turns out there's going to be another sports day. Since there's a class trip in October, we're going to northern Japan. And what is going to be happening is S2 is going to have like 3 teams, S2A, S2B, S2C, and we're going to have like a sports day among ourselves, since it's just S2 going up for the class trip. So I'm extra determined to, you know, kick ass in that one, since, you know, green team in sports day only came in 4th place. It kind of sucked because all morning we had the lead by at least 20 points, but then we lost a few games and just got knocked back to 4th place. So it was kind of let down. So that was just sports day. That was on Tuesday. I know, weird day, right? But you know, Wednesday we didn't have anything. We didn't have school at all because, you know, a lot of girls were injured, you know, and tired, so they gave us Wednesday to take a break. Saturday, I went to Sanomiya in Kyoto. I'll talk about that in my next journal, which will be coming up in a minute. And then Sunday, I'll also be making a journal. So 3 journals this week. So Sunday we're going to Universal Studios Japan. So that's going to be super fun. So I'll catch y'all later. Comment or questions, go ahead.